Hey guys, what's up? Pixels here. In today's video, I'm finally doing an Evil Dead 2 Ash build video, and this has took me quite a long time to do it because I was messing around with so many different builds for this guy because he just has, so many different ways you can go with his kit and stuff. And I finally find a really good one that I could use because, if you go full range damage with this guy, he can be quite lethal to the team being possessed, and on top of that, it's like, having the double barrel, mastery is actually really good as well. But because we have the double barrel mastery, I thought it's not really that worth it going all the way into range damage with this guy. And I'm just going to go into details about why I chose to go this route with him. So obviously you spend your first point into the long shot, which is going to help you out the most. And you might be tempted to go for hollow points straight away. What I did with this guy is actually go for fear straight away. Just max it out as quick as possible, or at least get it at 10%. And if you get it at 10%, then go into stamina, because stamina is going to be very helpful on this guy as well, and I'll explain why in a bit. But yeah, so make sure you have at least these two at the start, and where you want to start spending your skill points now is quite important. So the next thing I went for is obviously increasing the range weapon damage, and again trying to get fear at level 20, level 3 to 20% as well. And I'll explain why. So once you've done that, then it's up to you which route you want to go with here. But what I personally like to do is go for the reduced fear from demon traps, because with this guy you don't want to be the one getting possessed, and the reason why is he has the ability to unpossess everyone else. So you being the one possessed is just trying to avoid that situation is probably the best thing you can go for right now. So yeah, like I said, I'll recommend you go for that. The next thing you want to do is just max out hollow points as well. Obviously just increase the range weapon damage by 25%. It's going to help out a lot. And of course do the balance bar damage for 25%. So that's all we're going to put in a range for this guy. And now we're just going to look at other things now. So the next thing that you're going to want to go for is maximum health. And I want to get this guy quite tanky. And the reason being is he's quite, he's quite agile, running around the place. He has a lot of stamina. And, what I don't like about ranged characters is that they rely a lot on ammo, and they can't be loud at the start of the game. So, having the maximum health is going to be really good for running around and looting for the crates and stuff. And of course, because of this guy's ability, Treasure Hunter, I did buff his stamina up to at least 5%. It's not a whole lot, but it was kind of necessary to do that, so I can then do the Artful Dodger stamina cost reduction as well. And the next thing you want to go for is, putting a point into fear reduction speed with lit areas. Go for the Lone Wolf perk. And then the last 4 points I'm spending into Devastating Force, which increases melee weapon damage. So hunters have very bad melee weapon damage, and having this buffed up whilst I was running around looking for the crates was it was absolutely just amazingly helpful, because before I tried it with just a whole range build, okay? I went for a whole range build, and it just didn't work out for me because I needed that melee damage. When you're running around looking for the crates, you're obviously running into a lot of ads, and sometimes these ads can be tough to take down. Like the basic unit skeletons are hard to take down if you don't have him like a buff melee weapon or a buff melee damage. So like I said, the best thing that I went for is obviously just increase his stamina by 5%. Like I said, that was necessary to get Artful Dodger as well, which of course reduces the stamina cost of dodging as well. And on top of that, you can also increase it with Pink Fuck, which we'll get into how to spend his Pink Fuck. So this is what your build should look like while playing this guy. It's probably the best build I could come up with. Like I said, I spent hours playing this guy, and I tried going for like the increased damage threshold from 5 meters, to buff the damage up by 25%. And it just literally turns you into a glass cannon. You can do a lot of damage doing that, but to utilize his abilities and, to get the best use out of this guy, this is the best build I could come up with him, because, like I said, it was just, it was just so difficult trying to run around and loot with this dude, which was just having such weak melee damage. And I think the same sort of goes for all hunters with the melee damage, is that you feel like you need to put at least 4 points, maybe it's even 3 points into Devastating Force just to have that little bit of extra melee damage. But yeah, like I said, light therapy is going to help out for reducing your fear as well. And of course, just not being possessed with this dude is very key. So like I said, maxing out your fear no evil and your you ain't afraid of no trap perks. Again, it's something that you want to look at. So let's look at his Pink Fuck and how to spend that in the game as well. Alright, so leveling up this guy's pink fuck, what you want to look for straight away is probably stamina. Maxing that out of 5. It's really going to help you guys sprint around the map, you know, looking for the crates, tagging the crates for your teammates, finding all the pink fuck as well. So it's going to help you obviously upgrade that as much as you can. So once you get that at 5, what I like to do now is go straight into fear. Now usually I would go into range, playing a ranged character, but with this guy I don't want to be possessed. I want to be the one that's, you know, very hard to possess. So then I can use my ability to unpossess my teammates or like basic units, or drain some infernal energy from the elite units that get possessed as well. So like I said, going straight into fear, it makes you a lot harder to be possessed. And like I said, you want to be that, you know, the hard guy to be possessed in the game. And then after that, what we want to do is go into range damage. Now going to range damage by, you know, like 5 points is great as well. That way, you know, it's not, you know, once you get to the 5 points on range damage, I mean, you get this in no time playing this guy, because you're running around looking for the chests. You'll find loads of chests playing this dude. You know, you can see them through walls. You can see them from quite a few, like quite far back as well. So, like I said, stamina, fear, then ranged, and then start going into health. And then maybe look at melee damage or shield, whatever order you want to do that in. Like I said, shield's not really that important on this guy. Melee damage isn't that important, because, you know, the buff melee damage and the skill tree on the pink fuck is only like 7% boost. So, you know, spending points in that, you know, it's not really important to do that. But like I said, stamina, fear, and range are the main 3 you want to look for. And of course, you don't have to spend straight into the, like, you know, you don't have to spend all into one thing straight away. Like, what you can do is maybe just do a bit in stamina, a bit in fear, you know, try and balance it out while you're running around the map looking for the crates. And like I said, this guy's got a decent range with his double barrel mastery as well, so that's why I thought, you know, it's not really worth going straight into loads of weapon damage or like range damage for this guy, and just basing him on melee damage as well, which is really good. So yeah, that's all I've got to say for this guy. This has been really difficult to make a build for. Like, he was really hard to make a build for. It took me like, you know, at least 5 hours, you know, testing different builds out, playing matches, and like most of the matches I lost trying to do like all these different builds. This is like, this build here was the, like, I made me win like 3 matches in a row. So, you know, I kind of feel like this was his best build to go for, and I did really well with it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any build ideas for this guy as well, leave your suggestions down below. But like I said, this is my best build that I can have for him. I will be doing different builds, of course. I'll be looking at doing max damage builds and things like that, and trying to make max damage builds so your character's not a complete wimp at the same time. You know, you don't want to be easy to taken out as well. Hopefully this build video helps you guys out there, because I know this guy was heavily requested and I wanted to get this one done for you as much as, you know, as fast as I could. So it's been a difficult one, but I think it's going to be worth it in the end games. Anyways, like I said, hopefully you guys found this helpful and enjoyable. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for more Evil Dead content. I do stream this game Monday to Thursday on this channel as well. You know, maybe it's Monday to Friday some days, depending on how I'm feeling. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Pixels, my awesome viewers. I'll catch you guys in the next one.